exciting lives that I feel like is going to be done in quite some time, only because, and yes, we very well may not pull bullish here and continue pushing up, but as of right now, XRP has a beautiful bull flag formed here on top of the 2018 resistance, nonetheless, that's now sits all the way down at 58.8 cents on the downtrending resistance, now support. But the beautiful thing about this bull flag is it puts us above not only the downtrending resistance on the rising channel, which we desperately need to get above, and we are on hold, but it also puts us on top of right now the resistance from the it goes back to about early to mid 2022, which would be the confirmation of our signal from our 2008 or our 2018 breakout. Finally, that resistance, we've signaled that breakout. To confirm it, we need to have a close over and hold that 62, and let's see what it is in real time. 62. Let's move this over here. It's going to be slightly different right now. 62.4 cents. 62.4 cents. And to me, that looks like a tailor-made bull flag right now set up until it's not. So until it's not, or you could even say it's a short-term, I suppose, symmetrical triangle kind of, that's kind of difficult to say, but that definitely looks like a bull flag in the making. And the only thing left to do is to bounce out of it. It's consolidated a lot here, and so this is going to be a very interesting one. If this does play, it will put us up here. It'll bring us up into that range. We would be retesting probably topside, and it's going to be a little bit farther out if this happens, but it'll probably be topside of 65 cents when this happens, and that would be from here another, and remember, everybody's straddling and not wanting to buy in, a lot of people, because they think it's going to go down. That's another 4.4%. And then just from, and this is the crazy part, anybody could be in right now, even if you didn't buy a long time ago. And I'll show you the expanded part of this pattern here in a sec, once we get into the deeper technicals. But anybody, what the hell is this thing doing? Anybody could have bought in. And yeah, you might not have got in at 40 cents. Let's say you missed the boat. Let's say you missed the boat down there. Well, this was on Thursday, July 25th, and not even just Thursday, let me go into the 2 hourly. It'll be a lot easier to show you this. So if you go into the 2 hourly, you come back here, you've got July 25th, then you've got Friday, then you've got Saturday, then you got Monday, but Saturday is the point of interest. This dropped to 58.3 cents. We validated our support structure. This is what we needed to see. That bounce up, even if you just bought it on Saturday, you're setting up about 7%, but you're in the moment, where we could have one of the biggest momentous outbreaks that we've seen in so long in XRP. It would make your head spin around, and I don't even want to explain to you what would happen. You would have to have your head spin around in a circle, kick yourself in the face with the back of your heel to front side you to see what the hell's really going on here. Because the last time that certain metrics were met, and the biggest metric of all right now is the Bollinger Band width, the BBW, and I talked about it earlier today. That has converged, so the range on XRP is tighter in the Bollinger Band than it's ever been before on that resistance support within the width. The last time it was this far apart, or this close I should say, XRP went from a half a cent or 3/4 of a penny all the way up to all-time highs in a series of time. And that started back in around 2016, 2017 area. So no one's saying it's going up 66,000% again, but you couple that with the fact that we should be able to break out of a symmetrical triangle in time here, and it should happen before the technical time when it should break out, because the end of the symmetrical triangle brings us to about the end of the year. About November, or no, not end of the year, early quarter of next year, I'm sorry. Like March, around March, roughly, March, April time. But that technical target out of that symmetrical triangle, and this is, everything's going right. We've not only broken out, but we've gotten out of the 2018 resistance clear. We've broken out of the cup and handle. Now we've gone all the way up, And not only did we hit the technical moves and break past the rising channel at 86, we hit the technical target of the cup and handle at $1.15, broke out of the resistance that we're going to hit at $1.37 on our way back up, form this cup at $1.97 and also a retest of the $1.97 swing high, get on top of all-time highs. So there's a lot to do. But technically, if all that starts to transpire and we start breaking up out of the symmetrical triangle, the technical target, and you just don't shoot the messenger, and I'm not even saying it's going to happen, folks. I'm just saying this is what could happen. You smell that? Oh, man, that's opportunity. And yeah, it's not as big of an opportunity at 6. Man, it hurts when it's at 62 when we were just at 38 and a lot of people hated XRP. More people are loving XRP, but now it's at 62. 62 and a half. I love every minute of it. But the technical target out of that is around $14.47. Could you imagine XRP at $14.47? That would mean if you bought 10,000 XRP, let's say you bought it at 35 cents with us, or 34, or you bought it again at 38 cents with us when it came down this last time, you could have had it for 3,800 bucks. That 3,800 bucks, if it ended up doing that technical move out of the symmetrical triangle, which by all means, like I just said, best case scenario here, right? You would have to have a clear divergence from Bitcoin. Well, what we've been seeing over the recent past is a clear divergence from Bitcoin. And do you know why that's important? All the money that flows out of Bitcoin and some of these other cryptos, when they follow Bitcoin, they have to go somewhere. There was a time that it was going into Solana. There was another time that about 2 years ago, it was going heavily into AAVE. There was another time when it was going significantly into Ethereum. Ethereum's too closely following Bitcoin right now. There was also another time in the recent past where Dogecoin got a heavy boost within it. There was also a time in the recent past where Pepe got a nice boost from it. And these were all times when the money was pouring out of Bitcoin and the money had to find its help somewhere. Mind you, not all of the money is going to find its way somewhere, because $2 billion worth of Bitcoin, again, was loaded onto the exchanges at about 28,000 plus Bitcoin by the US government for more on this whole hack issue. So that's a big part of what's going on. But is it any coincidence that the price suddenly rises to 70,000? Now all of a sudden here comes the government again. Every time it rises, all of a sudden here comes the government. That's what keeps happening. Now the difference here, and it's been for about the last month or so, is when Bitcoin does these dives, XRP seems to garner the liquidity and seems to rise. That means you have to pay attention to XLM and XDC, which I have exposure to all three in different ways. So, you know, you have to have exposure to these when the time is right. And who knows if the time's right, but with the dives we've had in the recent couple weeks, the fact XRP just about a month ago, not even, was down at 38 cents. I mean, these are untold opportunities. Within the moment, we were preaching to the preacher, or I was preaching to the choir, and you know what the choir did? They slammed the door on me and said, "You sound horrible. Shut up," basically. Now, the ones who are here now obviously enjoyed it. Some of you are here for the first time. You're like, damn, I wish I would have listened then. But it's not too late for the future, is it? And that's what you're waiting to see. So we'll go over that. We'll go over Bitcoin. We'll go over XLM and XDC. We'll go over this 2.7 billion XRP in 24 hours that is being traded. Is it fueling an epic price reset? That is a very contentious point that I'd like to share with everybody. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this live. No clue how many people are watching, and I'm going to block my hand because I don't even care right now. I'm just turning on the comments. I won't look until like 6:45 because I don't want to get caught up in the emotions of there's going to be a lot of people or no people. That's just the way it goes. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends us. We pop up on the news feed on YouTube so that if you've seen my content or not, you'll be able to make an educated and informed decision whether or not you would like to watch my content or just pass it up. But there's more of a chance if you see my content. So, and one last thing, if you're looking to trade XRP, video description below, there's BITUNIX and or HOTCOIN. Both beautiful choices. If you're a leverage trader, yes, I recommend BITUNIX only because there's lower leverage fees. I say it every time, the lowest spot in leverage trading fees in the USA, which could translate worldwide as well. And then the only other thing would be on HOTCOIN, you've got an expanded range. XRP Bitcoin pairing for spot, obviously. You've got Casper, you've got actually a few of them, because you've got the ecosystems that we don't generally find on BITUNIX, the deeper ones. So just take a look there. Just take a look there and get yourself acquainted. So I'll catch everybody on the other side of this intro. Hit that like button. I'll get my phone out to get to the questions. I appreciate each and every one of you. Good evening, 6:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XM and Future Digibyte OG. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. That's an opening that dates all the way back to the very beginning. I don't necessarily say it all the time anymore, but I do appreciate it. So I'd like to welcome in the new members and the old members that have found their way back to the community. Both parts, I really do find it appropriate to reach out to both of you and tell you why you're so integral to this community, even if it's just your first time here. The old members have helped me create an identity of positivity over negativity, which is the very reason why in the comments you see positivity. You don't see negativity, you won't see bullying. We have mods, I don't appreciate that. I like positivity over negativity. We're helpful over hurtful. We're not victims here. And I won't pretend to be a victim, because we have the ability to make the education here and also the news as well as the charts. So we're winners, not victims. And I'm going to instill it in each and every one of you. We're winners, and that's what the positivity is going to fuel us. Second, the new members, you're going to help us not only continue the identity we've created here by following along, but you're also going to help us transcend us into maybe some history that we might not have been able to create without you. And what that means is you might bring us a piece of information. You might become a person of interest in here, which we have many of them, that can help generate a different kind of feel, but in a positive direction. So I welcome all of you. You guys are more family to me than a lot. So anyhow. So Daniel Carter, welcome in. JW, good evening, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1+ year with the emoji badge, the I told you so badge. Got the seat way in the back, appreciate that. Yeah, smash that like button like Mr. Carter said. Rob Holkaluk and UK Phil, thank you both for being in Tom's Army for 6 months plus with the XRP predictor. Ryan Eisenhower, smashing in Texas, Zizam, Mixshoot, Ryan, thank you so much for tuning in, all of you. Brad Lineberger, welcome in, and thanks for being in your first month in Tom's Army. And I know that's a fact because you have the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens, and that is my face superimposed on there. Wow, there's a lot of comments. I'll be damned. Everybody's just as excited as I am, it appears. Damn. Holy moly. I'll try to get through this in a very professional manner. Syrian, welcome in, and thank you for not only being a trusted mod, but being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. Beautiful, beautiful indeed. Ian, John, AS, welcome in. Good to see all of you. What was Ryan's question? Are we going up or down? You will have to stay tuned to see. But I mean, the positive vibe here would be we're setting up a bull flag. If we meet certain conditions, we should continue going up. But I'll make sure you understand this in a second. That's an excellent question, and you will know. Jorge, welcome in. JIOV, another trusted mod. Thank you for being in the house, as well as being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. God, it blesses me to see that so much. John Boogathorpe in Wales. Josie Wales, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XP Meteor. Wales says howdy from the outlaw state. Howdy, friend. And John Boogathorpe, good evening, Tom. If you can, Gala TA update, please. Still looking for game event pop. Well, if you remember the whole thing with Gala, there could have been a much lower target in play that we started to hunt. And if you remember, my whole thing was I didn't want to buy Gala until we started hunting some of those lower numbers. So yes, but the gaming things, it's so hard to lock down an exact date on what we're actually looking at. That's what I've been very inconsistent about, because I'm not exactly sure. But we will look at it. Ring Thane, welcome in. Ted, good evening. Tanya, welcome in, love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. I'll try to get the H bar here as well. Ring Thane, good evening. I appreciate that. Says, you're the best. I appreciate that. You're welcome, friend. Ted says, I saw my next bag at 15 bucks. Interesting. Interesting. Alan Chumakasuro, Chama Suro is laughing, but that's okay. He's laughing because we're so funny around here. MC Prosperity, welcome in. Says, hey, Tom, finally caught alive. Excellent, excellent. Paul says, watching you and Alex Cobb at the same time. That's an interesting way to look at it. At least now you get to see the information in the news on one side and the other, I suppose. Or I mean the technicals and the news side by side. That's one person who could benefit from a partnership with me and just being like, hey, would you mind being a part of my program every now and then and giving us some detailed technicals while I give out this fascinating news? But nobody will do that. Nobody will reach out to XRP Future Millionaire. I'm too much against the grain, unfortunately. Diamus, welcome in. Adobo, good evening. Chillas, welcome in, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for your second month now with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Awesome. Thank you so much for continuing. It says $7 by October. I'd love it. I would love it. I'd be approaching 100 grand. Bro, will Algo have the same move? We will definitely look at Algo because I'm starting to look more into the ISO tokens. That would be IOTA and Algo. A few others, you know, I'm more highly on DGB again, as DGB had a little run up and now it's consolidated back down. But it's in between our buying range, so it's still above where we bought on average. It's just, I'm going to show everybody about DGB too, because I think it's got this broadening wedge, and we speculated before, but now it looks like it actually filled out. I got to get through these comments real quick, though. Crazy Tomato, welcome in, bro. You're a beast. Been watching you since XRB at 28 cents. Glad to see the channel growing. You deserve it. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. It's definitely grown, getting closer to that 22,500 mark, which is exciting to see. It's not exactly the easiest thing to do to get viewers the way I do things. But, you know, we're growing very quickly, I feel like. Quickly and slow at the same time. Spiritual gang related. The year is 2026. XRP is still 50 cents. It's either 26 or 28 is the true year. I still speculate that it could be 28 only because that's the last year that a financial institution and or bank would have the ability to use 50% the old HTML framework. So, aka Swift framework, basically. The old school, not with the new GPI, because nobody ever talks about that, but there is one. Miss Vicky, welcome in, love. You have made my day. In Tom's Army for over 1 year with the I Told You So badge. But in the audience, one of our most popular members, her and Tanya, and they're both in the audience. It's amazing when you're both here at the same time. It really, really is. CJ2 Pilot, thanks for being in Tom's Army for 6+ months with the XP Predictor. Adobo, welcome in, $10 this year. Highly doubt it. You know, I can't make any promises, but it's not hitting $10 by the end of the year. No, I'm not saying not to break your vision, but I'm not going to lie to you. It's not hitting $10 by the end of the year, personally. That's just my humble opinion. We're so bloody close to popping. DH, we are certainly, mate. We are certainly, mate. Gitski, please can we get on with it, man? Damn it, man. Don't you want me to talk to the audience? Don't you want me to talk to each and every one of you, or would you just like to be one of the flowers out in the field that nobody even acknowledges? Would you like me just to pop the heads off of you when I need you and not even acknowledge your existence? I think this is something unique, and if it takes time, I'm going to acknowledge it. So you're just going to have to hold your horses, sir. Let's see. We're almost done, though, but see, if you would have just waited 12 more seconds, we would have been done. Algo is on sale. It sure is. It sure is. Harley, welcome in. The man streaming for the pump. Yes, yes, trying. I'm trying to bring in the good voodoo. Daniel, welcome in, and thank you for being in Tom's Army for your first month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. And Alex, I assure you that is my face superimposed on that emoji badge, so it's super important. Let's see. Now we're all caught up. I don't have any thoughts on ICP, unfortunately, Chillas. I haven't done enough research on it. Jorge, I like flowers as well. Lots of kind of flowers. But yeah, XRPH is actually looking pretty good. I know it's down 4.5% today, but it's got a nice inverse head and shoulders that it started popping out of. So, when it's over, could we have a Tom's Army celebration party live? Oh, I would love it. I've often said we're going to do it on the Great Lakes. And before we get into XRP, just take a quick look, everybody. Remember B2 Gold when I was pumping the chest here a week ago at 287, begging you guys? You haven't got in. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it's back testing the mark we exactly put down for you. You could even sell it today and make 3% after that little push up. And get your dividend. Almost time for earnings tomorrow. Anyhow, so XRP here, finally getting on with it, Alex. I'm so sorry it took so long, but you know, today we've had a very dedicated audience. So, you know, I got to pay my due diligence. Got to do my due diligence. So, the technical target here, out of this 38 cents, if this, or not 38 cents, this 58.8 cents, if it holds from here, and this is after a pretty substantial consolidation, this is the short-term move. This is the short-term move. It hits you somewhere near 80.7 cents. Now, for anybody who's new, and I know for a fact, is there one person who would acknowledge that they're new in here right now? Because I can almost guarantee you, and I haven't looked, based on the amount of comments, there's over 100 people in here, unless I talk some people out by saying hi to everybody. But just to feel there's way too many people that were commenting to be under 100. So the buzz is growing here, you know, around XRP. So for anybody who's new, $3.31 is January of 2018. So this will be good for you. So because somebody acknowledged, I'll put it in the weekly so it's easier to see. This is the all-time formation, my friend, since we had all-time highs. And I marked it with price labels so it was easier to see. So that's January of 2018, the first hit on downtrending resistance. First hit of uptrending support, which was actually the swing high to swing low, took 27 months to go to March of 2020, where you see 10.8 cents. And Lazaro, welcome in, and I appreciate you for being in here the first time. I love it. Love it. First live. Great. I'm glad you've been following me too. I appreciate that. You've been following my videos for a bit. Now it's your first live. That's excellent. Now you get to see this in real time. See, it's awesome. And for anybody who's live, because of the members of Tom's Army, the ones who pay it forward, anybody past, present, and future, including YouTube super chats or donations of any kind, because of those members, we do it during the live itself. There's no commercials, there's no ads, no nothing, no YouTube ads, none of that bullshit. When it becomes a rerun after the live ends, I turn the ads back on so that YouTube will promote my content, because without my ads on, it's harder for them to promote it because they don't get anything off of it. So because of all those members, I forego the ad revenue during the live itself because I think it's a better viewing experience. So anyhow, here we go. So thank you, everybody, to the past, present, and future members of Tom's Army and anybody who's ever sent a donation. So resistance 1 and support 1 we just went over. Support 2 now is right here at 30.3 cents approximately on January of 2023. Resistance, wait a minute, what the hell? I missed resistance 2, I'm sorry. Support 2 was 18.2 cents back here, January of 21. Resistance 2 is right here at $1.98 in April. Support 3, that's better, at January of 23 at 30.3 cents. Resistance 3, roughly, what was this? March of 2024 at 74.8 cents. Support 4 was at 40.2 cents. And roughly July, about June, July of 2024. And then resistance 4 was at 58.8 cents here in July of 24. Now, the important thing is we've never, in the entirety of this 6.5-year downtrending resistance, have we ever been on the top side like this. Not one time. Every single time we went over, we were immediately back down. We never sustained a whole weekly candle. We, in fact, closed the weekly now over, as my tablet just kind of slides down, whatever this whole jank setup I got going on outside. So we're finally on top side of this, my friends who are watching. We're on the top side of this, and that's the reason why I'm so excited. And the implications here, if this actually played out true, we've measured this before. The technical target out of this 6.5-year consolidation, if it plays bullish, and we're talking it plays the entirety of the technical target. Sometimes it goes up, gets rejected, and it breaks down. That's $2.40. Don't shoot the messenger. That's me telling you from a technical standpoint. We've often talked about what if at the glorious end of all of this, and who knows if it's 28, 25, or beyond, if it has this massive W that it actually was making the whole time. What if this was a big W and that's what it was actually doing? It came up here, formed a traditional W, and came right back through. What if that's all it was doing? Tom said not this. No, I didn't say it would hit $10. No. I never even said it would come close to $10 this year, guys. I said, if you're asking me, I don't want you to get your hopes up. It's not hitting $10 this year. $10 is a long distance target for me. It's nowhere close to that $10 target yet. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. before we can get to $10, and I'm just being honest. First, we got to get over the 74, which will be in another, or 70, which is in another screen. But the most important thing we have to do, we haven't even done yet. Yes, it's very, very transformational for the XRP chart to finally get over that 2018 resistance. Absolutely. We still haven't got back over not only clearing the handle resistance, right? Because we're still going to have to get over the handle resistance at 64.5. Our biggest challenge yet still stands in front of us. And I know it's crazy because we just came out of the 2018 resistance. My biggest fear is that this bull flag is going to play out, but it gets rejected at 86, because to me it's setting up perfectly for the retest of the rising channel. I prefer for it to not get rejected and have to bounce around in a range, to just break up and hold 86 and then go from there. So what I'm saying is what I'm seeing here, and you guys can speculate with me all you want, I'm seeing a perfect setup here that should get us up into here. Seriously, if it doesn't break down, we've talked about this for almost a month and a half now. Bam! To a beautiful W reversal on the downtrending support, which validated our falling channel, which helped us clear out better than 30% from the breakdown of the rising channel. I mean, everything is starting to set up. Are we going to retest 50 cents? Doubtful if this doesn't back test, if it doesn't break down the... Okay, if it breaks 58.8 cents, and let's just say we lose this 58.8 cents, which right now, if you're playing for a move to 50 cents, you better cross your fingers and start praying, because right now it's set up on a prototypical bull flag, and it's easy to see in the daily. But look how this is setting up in the 2 hourly. You can see the consolidation starting at the top, back down, and now we've even started a short term. If you look at it in like the 30, look at the short term bull flag on the top of this. We've absolutely done everything you want to do after breaking out of a long-term consolidation like this. And Herbert Jean, thank you for not only being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRB 589 Moon badge, but thank you for that $5 donation, the first donation of any kind on this live. I greatly appreciate that. If you appreciate my work on times when XRP's pumping like this, when we're on the verge of a historical move, pay it forward. Pay it forward. That's all I ask. Pay it forward. So, XRP made its way up. Made its way up. Louisville, I appreciate you being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon badge, and I appreciate you being around for so long. I hope you're doing well and are having a blessed, at least start to your week here. Look at this. This should drive the... I mean, I'm telling you right now, that has the testicular fortitude to drive the price to at least closing in on that 70-cent resistance, at least, if it pushes up. If it breaks down, it would be unfortunate, but we're at least going to have the fortitude to break over that handle resistance. That cup and handle would be busted if this breaks up to the top side. And there's a lot of factors going into this. It's not just these short-term micro movements. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, everything is converging at the same... I'm more excited now than I was in March of 2021. Because in March of 21, I knew no matter what happened, it was going to come back down. That's how it was so easy for me to sell at $1.66 on the failed run back up. Because I knew the case wasn't over and it wasn't even close. This time, the case is practically over. So, either we're coming up here for a grand double top at 64.5 area and getting rejected, or we're coming up to 70.5 cents here in a fair swoop. And now when we get to 70.5, remember, what did we speculate this whole time? And this is the best part of this. I hope all of you are following along. I really hope all of you have been following along since the beginning of this dump. Since it came down here and we had this, I hope everybody's been following along. Remember this? We don't know if it can play out because we can't say with 100% certainty because nothing's 100%. But if you're asking me, it looks like we're building a cup and handle here in the short term. Does anybody remember this? Not a few months ago on this live. Not even. This is just March of this year. And we said it could take forever, but it looks like that's what it's building. And we were talking about getting the confirmation, not just there, but if that were to happen, we wanted the validation and our overall trend that we were going to get supported one more time. And what happened? We took the support and we blasted off now. Imagine if that happens. That would mean in a series, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shit. Brian, Thank you so much for that $50 donation. Whoa. That scorcher, just like XRP could possibly be here. That's a scorcher. Man, a $50 donation. Holy smokes. That's unbelievable. Thank you so much for that, Brian. Like, seriously. That's the pay it forward mentality if I've ever seen it. You know, I always say less than 1% donates or is joint time, you know, in combination. But, you know, if you think about it, even if it's only 1% out of 22,000, you know, 300 plus people, it's an ever-growing amount of people, even at 1% or just below. Gabriel says, thank you for the great program. Greetings from, I think that said Sweden. It went away right as I was reading it. But everybody, if 38.5 cents, and look when this started. You're talking about we had a golden gift on July 5th, July 4th. Oh my God, it was on 4th of July, I remember now. 4th of July, I remember doing the update and I said they were taking advantage of overselling Bitcoin and they were dumping the market on a 4th of July holiday, and they put out a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt on that day as well. And it was a lifetime opportunity there to get it so quickly. And right now you are up already, and it's crazy to think this, since 4th of July. It's still July, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 26 days. It's unbelievable. You're up 63% right now since 4th of July. And if this move materializes up to this 80.7 cents that we keep talking about on this bull flag, if it finishes out, that's 108% you're going to make in a month. Not even, well, maybe a little over a month, but since July 4th. For everybody who says it doesn't move, it does move. A lot of people just take it the wrong way. And yes, Jerome Powell does speak tomorrow. I don't remember if it's a 2-day meeting, but they're going to talk about whether or not they're going to raise rates here, which every signal seems to point to the fact that we know they're not lowering rates, but we are definitely getting close to a raised rate. I can 100% say that. It's either going to be at this meeting or in the next one. Alice Pond says, hi, it's been a while, Tom. Hope you and the family are well. Glad to be at these exciting times. Said about Moon Baby as well. And thank you for the $10 donation, my friend. Wow. I got 3 donations on this live now. That's incredible. I know. Very generous audience we have here. Make that 4 donations. Michael donates $10 and says, thank you. You are welcome, my friend. You are welcome. Brian says, very informative, actionable, info above most mainstream YouTubers. Hey, says, keep going. I appreciate that. You hear that, Julie? That was Brian, and he even put his money where his mouth was. He's the one who sent the $10 donation just a minute ago. It's a very generous, very generous. I think Brian was one of them too. A little earlier. Let's see. Yeah, it was Michael's first YouTube super chat on the live stream. That's awesome. 7,009 says, good morning from the Philippines. I used to live in Clarkston. That's not too far from, what's that, about an hour? 45? Yeah, but that takes, oh, wait a minute. We don't live where we used to. How long would that take us from here? Because we're right by the freeway. I forgot. Half hour? Oh, 45? Okay. Yeah, so we're about half hour, 45 minutes from Clarkston ourselves. Hop, skip, and a jump on 75. I mean, yeah, off of Sashabaw Road. That's it. Sashabaw Road. He says, Michigan by me. Now I'm watching you from the Philippines. Wow. That's quite the move, Julie. Moved from Clarkston to the Philippines. How awesome is that? I'm glad you're living out your what you wanted to do. I really love that. Awesome. Awesome. What did he say, Tom? They're not. Did you say they're not planning on cutting short-term rates? Or they are planning on cutting short-term rates? Let me see. I got to go into this. I want to see this because I got to pull my phone up because it cut off. Did you say they're not planning on? Tom, I believe they're planning to cut short-term rates, not raise. But yes, John, that's what I was saying. I don't know if they're going to do it in this meeting, but in the one towards the end of the year, they definitely will. And that would be September. You're right about that timeline. So that actually works out rather well. Somebody asked me why I don't do what? Let me pull this back out. I don't even know. Tom, why haven't you said anything about Maxi glitch into $2 yesterday? Or if you have, I haven't heard you say anything. And by the way, when stuff glitches like that, will the sell go through? Oh, will the sell go? Okay, typically not. So what he's referring to, or what they're referring to, is Maxi yesterday, the price went up over $2. Somebody sent me a screenshot as well. I haven't spoken about it directly because I haven't done a live because I was out with Julie yesterday and I only had one update. But my main advice to anybody who sees that, I went onto the exchange with the charts, and it, at least for a short term, was showing that the price went up there and then immediately glitched back down. Now, I don't know if that's a glitch or if that's a trading platform with liquidity issues, as I've warned everybody about BitGet. When they turned their back on the USA, there was a reason: liquidity problems. That could be the exchange is trying to liquidate out all the leverage traders. So anybody who is going short, or even if you were on like a 2x, you would have got killed over. So let's say you were somebody who bought in and you're like, you know, I'm going to just do a 2x leverage. I got $10,000. I'm going to make it 20. 2x, it's never going to go way below my leverage. I'll even put some cross margin. With a move that extreme, it don't matter what you got back in it. You are screwed unless you have an exorbitant amount behind it. And yeah, it can absolutely liquidate when the exchange does that. So personally, I would recommend not using BitGet. They have massive liquidity fraud. And that's an exchange I wouldn't personally be using. That and Maxi, now that they turned their back on the USA, unfortunately. Maxi is the one who had this glitch. BitGet did in the past. But BitGet has been turning in. The only reason I say that is I've seen a lot of the trading volume. The third highest trading volume actually was achieved on BitGet for XRP. And I don't want people to get scammed out of shit, especially if you're in the USA. But Maxi, I would definitely pay attention to that. Anytime you see that with an exchange, and it's a real move that they actually acknowledge, that's a liquidity crisis, and you are not going to want to be a part of that. You want it to move universal with everybody else, because that's a massive, massive move to go back up and then back down to where we're at. But anyhow, that's why I didn't talk about it, because I don't think much of the glitches, though. I don't think much of the everybody gets their rocks off when they see a glitch. It doesn't mean shit to me. What do I care? I've seen glitches for years in the stock market. It never equates to anything. I've seen glitches in crypto since 21, since I started doing these live. It doesn't do anything. It never does anything. It's just false hope. I don't base what I do off of false hope. So you often won't hear me talk about that. So I'll finally look to see how many people are watching. Okay, that explains why the comments are up. I often say when XRP's up, there's going to be 150, 200, maybe more people in here. When XRP's down, there's 50. Maybe sometimes we've even got to 400 people in here at one time. But when the price is down, when more people should be here, it's not as popular. It's sad. So let's do some reading. 2.7 billion XRP in 24 hours, fueling epic price reset. Yeah, exactly. Some of you have said you've seen a lot of the glitches recently. Yeah, they don't mean anything. It's just a way for somebody to get cheap views. That's why you never see me comment on it. I won't make an update just and say, oh my God, the price glitched, and this is what we could have. Because now, if we say, oh, XRP glitched, let's just say $2,000. Oh my God, we could have had this amount of money, or $2 in this case. Well, now, instead of having 20 grand on 10,000 tokens, now when it goes up to 90 cents and you only have 9 grand, you're going to be pissed. Even if you only spent 30 or 500 to buy it. Because you're like, oh, the glitch there, now I can't sell because it's about there, and I can't even take my prop. That's where we go. So the broader digital currency community has experienced price fluctuations within the past 24 hours. Bitcoin, after almost hitting 70,000, has crashed by a significant 4.39% to 66,668.76 cents. Although altcoins have not been spared, except XRP, which surged it's not just XRP, but it's held the well. It's done the best, in my opinion, because of where we're at in the pattern formation, which surged 3.23% to trade at 62.88 cents, according to data by the time of writing. But yeah, we're right about the same way, 62.8. Yeah, that's fair, because we were right about 63, 62.8, 63.2. So we'll take that. So the anticipation of Golden Cross boost optimism. This surge was backed by over 2.7 billion in XRP volume in what market observers consider an epic price reset in the last 24-hour period. Notably, the achievement for digital asset coincides with community anticipation and optimism for an XRP Golden Cross, as major moves on the market hint at a potential crossover. Although a death cross could occur, stakeholders remain hopeful for a Golden Cross as they keep a close eye on the 50-day simple moving average and the SMA 200 on the XRP hourly chart. While it is premature to state with certainty Analysts believe a stable price performance could see XRP climb towards the 70-cent mark. Interesting. I believe that was one of our points of contention during our, aforementioned technical analysis before we got into this. One major bullish factor includes speculation about a possible legal dispute settlement with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission that filtered in last week. I don't put any stock into that. Although the prospect of Ripple versus SEC settlement has been debunked by XRP lawyers, it initially helped fuel rally while it lasted. I wish one day we could get our notation here for actually saying this in real time. I was beating my chest, and I even put on the titles in some of my updates and lives about the fact that there was no settlement, and that was a lie, or that was a facade to get people to get views. There was no chance at a settlement with the SEC in that meeting. Now, if the judge gives a certain number and the SEC and Ripple agree on, well, that's something different. And Brad Garlinghouse has said otherwise. And until it happens the other way, I don't believe it's possible. Now, if it happens, and I'll be very happy if it comes in our favor. So experts maintain that while the volatility of XRP makes it difficult to predict its price movement, investors have been encouraged to look to the asset's Bullflag. The Bullflag sometimes signals the next price direction for XRP, as a break from it indicates a possible price surge. Meanwhile, as recently reported by You Today, Tony Severino, founder of Coin Chartist, believes XRP's Bollinger Bands have come in at their tightest, and the last time it happened, the asset recorded a 60,000%. It was actually 66,000, Mr. Severino, back in 2018. Which, again, that started at end 2016-17, and it culminated with a big, massive move to 350 by the end, or early 2018 in January. And the beauty of that is we've already talked about all of that today. And now, if you don't know about the Bollinger Bands, because for whatever reason you didn't see the live today, you are oblivious to what I'm talking about in a good way, because not everybody will be, understanding. So I read that one earlier, I believe. We'll read this one. So XRP Bollinger Bands indicate potential price surge. According to You Today, XRP's monthly Bollinger Bands are currently the tightest they have been ever. Even tighter than before the significant 60,000 plus rally that ended in 2018. Bollinger Bands are a popular momentum indicator that adjusts to market volatility. A shrinking gap between, and I'm always going to show you real information to back what I'm trying to say on the charts, or to show us a certain direction that we could take or not. That adjusts to market volatility. A shrinking gap between the upper and lower bands suggests that XRP is experiencing relatively low volatility. Historically, periods of extremely low volatility are often followed by a squeeze, leading to significant price movements. XRP bulls are hopeful that this rare level of low volatility could signal a substantial price increase. As reported by You Today, John Bollinger, the creator of the Bollinger Bands, noted last August that Bitcoin was on the verge of a squeeze. Since then, Bitcoin has rallied approximately 187%, peaking in March. According to CoinGecko data, XRP is currently trading at 59.8 cents. Now it's up to 62.38 cents. So I'm not, well, they might have got it at the bottom. So they might have printed this before today, and it just came out a few hours ago. The editor might not have wanted it to go on. You know how it goes in the back news and the journalism. Making it the sixth largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. XRP is down 1.5%, aligning with the broader market. I'll tell you, my editor's a dick. That Tom is he's kind of cruel, XRP future millionaire. Tell me what I can and cannot say. Market trend as Bitcoin has also decreased by more than 0.4%, but now it's up. We're up now. Actually, we could see increased volatility due to new developments in the ongoing XRP SEC versus Ripple case. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse recently refrained from sharing details about settlement talks, but mentioned that a resolution was imminent. XRP remains down 82% all time, or from its all-time high achieved in 2018, making it one of the worst performing cryptocurrencies. And I appreciate 139 of you still watching, sitting through the stories. 139, that's impressive. Sometimes a lot of people leave when we start to read through the news. Bye, Michaela. Bye, Scarlett. But right now we're over 63 cents. A close at this level would be monumental. Yes, we do unlock 1 billion from escrow every single month on the 1st. So we are within 48 hours of another escrow dump of 1 billion XRP. But as we've noted and notated many, many months, a lot of times the price will increase right before the unlock, come back down to a level of support, and then it'll continue if that's the case. So we'll see what happens here, but we absolutely have that coming up. But it's always nice to see XRP countering the market. Now, we've talked a lot about XRP, and, you know, I've already been on for 45 minutes, so I got to get going here. Not in the sense of I'm going to end the live, because we haven't even relaxed yet. Our next thing we're going to do is relax together, so... But we also have to talk about XLM. So we have a side bet on XLM, as we know. A fantastic, beautiful, all-inspiring bull flag with a W reversal Gartley. And my estimations here, my expectations, and yes, there is 10.7 cents, but I would like to get a real measurement out of this if we do, because it's going to come down here. Right now I'm in the 30, so it looks different, but we're going from the bottom of this flag. So let's just see. Let's say the breakout does happen on this beautiful W reversal. And it would be a beautiful one. This first... Oh, shoot, I wasn't supposed to move that. Ah, fuck it, who cares? It's my chart, I can do what I want. It's the beauty of relying on your own charts. You don't have to worry about if your charts mess up, because you can just make them better. Make them better. This is an education for a reason. I don't charge for a reason. I want everybody to be able to do what you see me do. Everybody to do what you see me do, no exception. So that should run us up to 10.55. That simply means, though, if you're riding this for a move, your support structure would be underneath what looks like an inverse head and shoulders. So, like I said earlier during my update, 9.48 cents if you're scared and you need to sell this if it comes through. That would probably invalidate the structure. This right now is about a 5% move on this technical jump up on this, what looks like a nice bull flag formed here, just my opinion. But now, that's from the bottom of it. You know what most people will say, though? Tom, you're not giving good technicals. Yeah, you're supposed to put it on where the breakout point occurs. I understand. So, you know, technically, you could say it's all the way up at 10.71, which most will want me to say. But, you know, that's for you to decide. So, that's how we got to that 10.71 range, by the way. Just working it back up there for you. So that's what it looks like there. If this breaks up bullishly for XLM, very good opportunity there if it does push up. DGB consolidated some. DGB consolidated some. I have some of my baby. A little bit lower than where it's at now is my average. I have 184,000 tokens, or 184,000 tokens, more than 2.25 times more than I've ever had at once of DGB. But it looks like we started, remember we speculated it was starting a broadening wedge a couple days ago, but we couldn't validate it because it hadn't come down to the second hit. We can say now there's a broadening wedge going on here. The beauty of this is if it holds the broadening wedge, the next return is going to be all the way up here around fucking 8 cents, or 0.8 of a penny. So, buy support. Remember this. And you can do it any way you want. Support was here, sell resistance, buy support, sell resistance, buy support, sell resistance. Well, the beauty of it this time is if DGB comes up again, it's a pretty big massive move from here. I mean, it's not gonna melt your face off, but it's like 10%. So XLM to $5 this, are you on? Nope, let me rephrase that. Sir, you might want to cut back on whatever you've been doing before you ask that question. An XLM run to $5 when XRP hasn't even hit $5 ever, you're getting a little bit of help of yourself, a little ahead of yourself. A logical move would try to be somehow hit $1 in this next huge bull market. That's where I would, that's a 10x move from where we're at. But no, honestly, 86 cents. 86 cents would be my first target. Obviously break that dollar, in time $2, but 86 cents is where my short-term target is. Julie? Did I ever take that lighter?
Yeah, I have a pink one.
Yeah, so I wonder what I did with it. I could have found that, it's true. Would you like to relax? So yeah, and DGB I believe is a sleeping giant. I've had DGB anywhere. I bought it on the last run from 0.006 up to about 2 cents. I sold at 1.617. I had DGB in the 21 bull run at 5 cents to 15 roughly. And then I didn't buy it back for a hell of a long time. And now we are where we are. We're in a very exciting time in crypto. I'm not gonna act like I'm not excited. And yeah, if you're in the wrong cryptos, it's not as exciting, but it's XRP's time is circling right now. It doesn't mean it's going to happen right now, but it means it's circling. And that does mean something like XRP Healthcare, which is in the XRP ecosystem on the ledger, but also has XRP in the name. Could get some increased pumps because of this. And the technical target right now, and that's a technical target off of our bounce, which it's already started. We know this. Started here, but we speculate if it comes back down. If it has to retest, that's my speculation, because it hasn't yet in a big way. But technically, either way, even if it bounces from where it's at 7.4 cents, maybe a little bit higher over time. So, XRP Healthcare, though, is looking pretty good. It could retrace more, though. We never know. But it has this inverse head and shoulders that broke out. And now, technically, you know, it could come down a little bit farther and back test that 3.5 to 3.7 area. But XRP Healthcare is looking pretty damn good. In the short term, it's a little volatile to the downside, but in the grand scheme, it's looking good. So if you're a part of that, I would definitely hang on tight. I would hang on tight. Somebody asked me for Gala because it's getting 51 minutes into this. Most people are going to leave because I went past XRP. Plus, my voice is a little tired. How do we know August 1st has to do with Ripple lawsuit? We don't. Nobody knows. That's just a speculation you're going to see until August 1st for views. I didn't say it was for Ripple versus SEC. I just said it's speculation. I haven't even talked about that this whole live for a reason. Oof. This was exactly what I was afraid of with Gala. This is exactly what I was afraid of buying it earlier. That's why I said I have my unbelievable dream scenario where it comes to 1 cent. I was just afraid, and I was afraid to buy it until I seen what it was going to at least do at that uptrend, and it failed. So, for any who's bought it already, it's going to be a little rough right now. Because personally, I thought a sweet money spot would have been right here. Especially breaking down this. I mean, 1 cent. I mean, I would seriously consider buying 100,000 Gala if it comes down there. For $1,000. I'm not even joking. Because that's going to be so massively oversold if it gets down there. It's going to be scary. May not get all the way down there, but it looks like it's trending in that direction. What else? And before you leave, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as we get closer and closer to 22,400 subscribers. XRP Bitcoin pairing's up 5.4% against Bitcoin, looking real good at the 950 sat level. If we can break out of this range, and it's got some work to do still, weekly or monthly, I should say, now is in a reversal. We need to get over this 957 resistance, and then our next target's going to be somewhere up here around the 1,385 sat level, which is very good for XRP appreciation. XDC, real quickly here. If you appreciate what I do, pay it forward. And make sure you look in the video description below for the exchanges. If you're looking to trade like I do, they're all in the video description below. All the trusted ones that I use. Still in this descending consolidation. These are bullish consolidations. So eventually this is going to pull up and make a W reversal. It's trending. Like just it's trending. Eventually we're going to find this up at 4.5, and then we're going to find ourselves up at 8.5 in time. Looks like a big inverse head and shoulders here. If you're asking me the entirety of this whole pattern for XDC now, it's starting to mimic an inverse head and shoulders. Like you can look here, here, here. That's a long-term inverse head and shoulders. Here you go. That could very well play us up massively. I mean, yeah, we've got 4.7 and 8.5 over the top, but if you ever get above that, I mean, you could be talking about, I mean, when you want to talk about off to the races, these numbers for XDC are criminal that the price is still at 3 cents. The fact that so many people can pick it up right now is criminal at 3 cents. Now, it's somebody's asked me, would you rather have DGB or XDC? It's criminal for you to ask me that question. Huh? Yeah, that's fine. But DGB to me has a massive inverse head and shoulders. I'm not getting rid of my baby. And if I had to make one decision or the other, well, as much as it would pain me, I'm having DGB right now. Having me a DGB with the side of XDC with a main course of XRP and a nice dessert full of XLM. And that's how I approach things at this very moment. So you can read into that how you want. But I don't think you should have one in lieu of the other unless you can't afford, you know, to buy more than one. XRP right now, it didn't get rejected, folks. Just remember, we're in a good spot here. We're looking for a close over 62.4 cents. We're looking for the close at 62.4 cents. Oh, yeah. See, Daniel, you understand. You understand. So, yeah, we're still looking for XRP for that play out. I'm looking for a play out as long as we hold 62.4 and ultimately 58.8. I'm looking for this bull flag to play out to 65 cents here. If not, it's going to be painful and we're going to reset back down to like 58 cents at minimum if we break through. So I'm looking for the optimistic side. And real quick before I go, H-bar, as somebody asked, down 1.6% to 6.5 cents. H-bar is another one that we speculate. It's hard because it got so fucking screwed over when they had that BlackRock bullshit, when they made it sound like BlackRock was a bigger keen interest with H-bar than it really was. It caused a lot of liquidity that would have happened on a consolidation to be pulled back out, and now we have to come down and rectify it. And I still believe it might mean that we have to come down to 5.9, and I don't want to keep thinking that because I want to hope that this is the support structure right now, and it could actually almost be validated if we could go support 1, support 2, and now use this as support 3, and not fall through there and start using that. We could technically maybe try to rally out of here. It's going to be tough right now, but at some point it will reverse. We'll reverse at some point. It's just we failed a cup. This is bad news. When you fail cups and the handle, it's bearish, and it's what I always say, you have to reset. So in this case, XLM's or H-bar started down here around 5.9 cents, created a cup, failed to handle, came down here. Now it could have to come and reset. You know, that's possible. It might have to come all the way to 5.9, so pay attention to that. So, but other than that, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the technicals I will be doing tonight. I think, oh no, it's not, because I want to go into Bitcoin real quick. I want to just show you where Bitcoin's at. Bitcoin came up almost to the 70,906 we had up there. Well, I might have been off too because let's see where the resistance are. But it came very close nonetheless. Followed through that 68,452. And if you're trying to make a sneaky trade here on Bitcoin, let's say you're a futures trade and you need to gamble here for whatever reason, you could open up a leverage trade here, put the stop loss down 1.47% and go to town. Or you could put on, let's say if you're a 10x trader, put on a, 3x and put it down lower. But you're always going to have to take some risk to reward. But I'm telling you right now, if you're trading Bitcoin and it falls below 63.5, bad news. And if it can't hold here to 65.3, it's probably coming to 63.5. So just be very cautious. But Bitcoin does have a lot of topside momentum. It's just we got to get out of this range of looking like, a head and shoulders, double top, whatever you want to call them, topping reversal. But it seems like the more downside liquidity, the better news for XRP. So I'm very happy with where XRP is. I'm going to be very happy when I end this live at where XRP's at. And for everybody who tuned this evening, commented, liked, shared, because we definitely need to share more. The shares are also something that I need to preach more. Please share this on social media. I'd be eternally grateful. I really, really would. And if you do follow me on here and you're on Facebook, just go to XRP Future Millionaire and follow me on there too. I just started posting content on there from my YouTube page, and we just went over 1,200 followers now, and I've just started doing that not too long ago. So, and actually putting and being dedicated to putting it on there. So if you want to see it and you don't get the alerts on YouTube, follow me on Facebook, XRP Future Millionaire, so that you can get the content in real time as I upload it, when I go live or when I do updates as well. So it's another avenue to at least see when my stuff comes out. And if there's enough people communicating on Facebook, I have no problem going live on Facebook as well and talking to everybody who's part of that community. So we'll try to grow and expand. Until next time, everybody, I appreciate each and every one of you, the due diligence, and I will try my hardest tomorrow and my best. Thank you all so very much. And Jan, thank you so much for being here, love, and being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XP589 Moon Badge. I'm glad I could acknowledge you on the way out. Hashtag be better, do better in the comments if you made it till the end. Oh, one more thing. B2 Gold has a small W reversal, but remember, we talked about the retracement from $3.17, and if you hadn't bought B2 Gold, I said don't buy it there, don't FOMO, you'll get a chance right here at $2.86. What happened? Bam, and now what? Boom, boom. If it does play off of this, the next target's going to be up here. So, and that's right around $3.32. Have a blessed evening, everybody.